Okay, the moon kind of came up for me as well, I guess. Intuition, dreams, and the unconscious. So that which is within our unconscious, which holds great wisdom, which often needs time alone to process, to bring through, so you can process it and understand it, understand the emotion, all of it, to bring it into a deeper wisdom. So anything that's trying to like break that or hinder that from someone having that time is not okay. It will not be okay. No, no, not only because of Earth having already, and all beings, souls that are currently within or around Earth know this. This is part of the contract. It's already 10 years behind. Earth is 10 years fucking behind. There's no goddamn space or time for this shit. Okay? Charisma. Overbearing, jealous, dogmatic, and irrational. Quick to take offers. What's the next one? Fantasy. Making decisions, multiple possibilities. Could be illusions, repressed desires. Yeah, well, okay, so just like an overbearingness of, I feel, energies that aren't necessarily ours and haven't been. And that haven't even been in like alignment. This, so there's like multiple decisions, not able to pick and choose. No, not. So this has been disrupting that. Maybe missing out on great opportunities in your life. Yeah, once again, and that may be even an entity influence, or the influence of what these beings are doing or bringing or bringing through or have been. I don't think there is a karmic connection either face value of what is in this now. You too. It's each being responsible. Yes, each being. If only you so intuition, flattering, self-centered, essential religion is not harmful, but not helpful either. Disorder, failure, divorce, unhappy, danger of being indecisive behaviors, gossipy, cannot keep secrets, and then the magician again. Basically, what's blocking from wisdom and time alone, and just thinking to yourself and being able to process your stuff and bring it into wisdom and bring it forward into your life and live your life, is being blocked by all of this BS that is not necessarily, that's not our energies, and is not, because no is more so, if anything, that we don't consent to taking on, obviously, the infusion energies of the collective, or then placing, and we ask for assistance with healing any beings or anything that could be blocking us, so karma cleansing, clearing fully and completely from anything that has been occurring in way, shape, or form, so that freed from this in that way, and if there was any of this needs to be brought to those who it would actually be in alignment with, that would be brought to that. So you need the magician. I have the wisdom to overcome any problem and throat. Magician, creating your destiny, but bringing forth to the light the truth. Our innate ability to do this, the truth. What a mistake. Well, the truth being brought through to the surface, and at such a time, and after like this moon, this upside down, all these fucking movies, this and this. I mean, that's how simplistic is that to ask for? That's granted. A lot of things are pissed and involved here. Less the karma clearing fully, etc. Clearing the clutter and bringing the truth of what has been occurring, or those in the collective that need to learn for the lessons to learn that, and all brought to the surface. All that repressed pain because of decisions made that wasn't decided by the whole collective. And so the whole collective and their iron presences, and especially that violet flame that Saint Germain gifted us for the whole month of May, to be used to help with this, to transmute all of those energies that have been deceiving, that have been groups and trying to make decisions and choices that the whole collective did not agree to, and has been hiding it from, and that has created such pain and lack, and like a loss, and once again. So that's like also the clearing and healing of these like unconscious realms, the ability to utilize this, like the brain healing as well. The brain healing as well, but the astral, the heart too. So there's continuing that, and taking, finding a way, or calling the iron person, finding a way to get these groups, these beings who've been out of earth, so we can return and heal and etc. And can't just no. We already figured that. So that's gives us motive as well, because we're 10 fucking years behind. Fully, completely by not the iron presence, but flame of that, the witnessing of that, of how that even occurred, of this timeline distortion and the inability to communicate that via the having to shut down the consciousness completely to be able to even do that, and how that was able to affect so much. And so this is not gonna fucking fuck with Earth either. You know, Earth is able to bring that which is in subconscious noticing as well, and that is felt throughout. She is replenishing us and connecting. If she is able to do this, bring this within herself now, as this is cleared by the gift of the violet flame and all of our iron presences. Yes. They get to take a break mental overload, but you know, well, there seems to be a lot of things that we do not want this to occur. This may be a call for healing for any innocent beings that will absolutely be taken care of in whatever due time. Take a break. Mental overload, stress, anxiety, fear, overwhelm, need for solitude. Need for solitude being important brought back into what it actually means. Need for solitude being a need for solitude. But in this devil card, the human being and excesses. So that means any beings, like these beings that have been trying to operate within excess, are taken out basically. Witness what I mean, yes, what I mean, to help heal all of our roots, but also Gaia's root as he too serves Earth. And keeps it in fucking check. So that's helpful. The perceptions of it's like the sense of disloyalty, division, changes that might be in the wrong direction. I think it's kind of the opposite, but maybe felt like this by anyone who's been operating within the other ways. But he witnesses it, sees it fully. We'll be more healing, taking a breath, more time. More ability for the moon, subconscious. Angelic guides calling home. Love, harmony, warm friendship, true feelings, love. So a lot of soul connections, re-soul connections, which is powerful throughout all of Earth. And this somehow helps heal a lot of the third eyes innately. A lot that has been disturbed. A lot that has been disturbed and made to seem is brought, and yes, is backed by healing. I would note Makase, I have the power and willpower. Lacking power and willpower. Perhaps there's a time period of rest while this happens before there's a straight chariot moment. Where you have your right time, space, alert to process and bring forth. So all this like dangerous lack of control, bad news, fatigue, this misbehavior, restlessness that's been blocking this chariot and this is witnessed and taken where it needs to be and go, because it's not serving Earth and the plan. And Saint Germain Violet Flame helps us with this too, and helps us with clearing any contracts as well, but they don't serve anything that was done to love. So the carefulness of who is at fault and who is not at fault. Who's at fault and who's not at fault. So the rest, we call in the restoration of the prosperity to the true ones, the ones who, or that the lack of the mind or the lack of the ability to see witnesses caused this. So it's caused this overspending and the inability to even be able to tune into what was causing this overspending. So you're just going to continue to do those bad habits because it's representing the pain that you're not even able to fucking be conscious of or have the thoughts of. It's fucking depressing and angering. And then we have the moon come up again Release fear, reduce anxiety, know the truth, regain composure, scan the secret, made public, hidden enemies, traps. So it's seen, it's witnessed for what it is. We have the Fool, so resolve, I see. Like, it's time to start a new experience. Now we can tune into what we always wanted to be able to naturally have access to, our thoughts, our consciousness, our ability to process our thoughts, our consciousness, and our emotions, and not be on a fucking false loop system that was just there to help to serve as this pain that may have been perceived as, oh, this person, no, it may have been fucking enforced me. No, that will be absolutely taken care of, as it's just the law of how things work. See the heart and the solar, the heart and the solar, two affected. So that's painful, so we need healing there. Not only in just the third dimensional matrix, third dimensional realms, the fourth dimensional realms too. In the physical, the other planes. So yes, the Fool, the crown, adventure, innocence, free spirit, spontaneity. So time to start a new adventure is the biggest thing. The new adventure, the 0 point, is where we start off with the collective, with their crown, with their lacking use of sex energy. There may be a lot to deal with, a lot of defeat, a lot of alienation, a lot of abuse, a lot of violence, crime, murder, rape, self-sabotage that has occurred over the years, that will be brought to the surface, that will be hard for people to process, that will be nice for Earth and all things to hold space for people to feel that and process that. And it'll be held more sacredly and be able to be done. Yes, there's breakup, pain, disappointment, disillusion, betrayal, as things come to the surface, as they're able to feel and see and know and understand things that were blocked before. So there's conflict, there's separation, and there's change. But all in service to something greater and better. It's just a hard process to heal. Stubbornness, lack of guidance. So the Emperor is in reverse. The Emperor is in reverse. The Emperor hasn't been able to be an upright because it wasn't functioning correctly. There was things happening, things making decisions for a long time that was not consented by the entirety of the collective and can made hidden. So that's fucked. So there's an inability of like attempts at being the Emperor, attempts at wanting to be this, but failing, lacking, over and over and over again. Good news. Ill will, misfortune, betrayal, disadvantage, loss, failure. So, ill will, misfortune, betrayal. Yeah. Yes. 6 of Wands. Failure, betrayal. Coming up. And we have wealth and abundance, the Empress. So the Empress is probably because of the healing of that. The Empress is more the subconscious, the healing the thoughts, emotions, and processing those. So the Empress will probably help the Emperor in some way, or help bring that spark, at least, that passion, the feminine motherhood nature might be necessary to help, as Earth brings, to help all of us heal from this pain, this misfortune, this betrayal, and all of this. So that's good. That's good. And then we have the 10 of Cups, emotional fulfillment, happy family reunions, harmony. So the root chakra is getting healed too now in that. 10, completion, happily ever after. Emotional fulfillment is what is to come, and the so confirmation on that being more greater than we ever thought it could be. This completion, this joy, this like of humanity healing and earth healing, being this, but in a greater way than we thought possible, because that's sometimes what happens when there is pain or trauma or something endured or put onto something or someone. It ends up having a backfire in what it creates, this a more magnificent, beautiful energy somehow. But so, and then we have end of conflict, compromise, reach agreements. So no more confrontation. There's end of conflict. We reach agreements. We are communicating. And we are working. 7 of Pentacles, solar plexus. And we're really looking at our work. We're able to actually understand it. We're not zombifying ourselves, because we're feeling a little bit more aligned, a little bit more supported, a little bit more things are making sense. Not having to worry about these things all the time that we're never meant to be worried about. The perseverance, inheritance, the manifestation of ideas, the growth, the reward, the results is there. Page of Swords, intellectual development, unconcerned about the feelings of other, delayed news, vigilant inspiration, planning, necessary patience, protection. Intellectual development. So some of us are finding the time to go within and really find inspiration and planning, being patient and having this protection so they can do this intellectual development of self, trying to figure out what they want to do. It may seem like unconcerned about the feelings of others, but maybe it's just more they're really trying to go within and really trying to figure out who they are. And size, courage. There's effort, there's 7 of Wands, courage, victory through courage, protection, fight fierce competitions to negotiation contracts. So there's massive amounts of courage that comes through this, victory through courage. There's protection, there's fight, there's effort. So putting in effort again, hold on, effort again, effort again, effort again. And then the cards keep coming up, worries, negativity, and happiness. It's really so nightmares. There's nightmares, there's worries, there's unhappiness when it comes to courage and victory and effort, certain success, which kind of makes sense because perhaps there are a lot of traumas that have been faced with, whether it was subconscious or unconscious, and when we did have, or tried to have victory, tried to put in effort, and it didn't reap the benefits we wanted, or even if it did, there was an underlying trauma that is bringing about this nightmares, or this overthinking, or this anxiety that we're just meant to be aware of, to look at, to be able to turn it into something that can benefit us by being self-aware of this, by being aware of where in the past, when we put effort in, whether it was successful or not, or had victory, whether it was successful or not, or didn't get victory, that there was something that occurred within that brought about some type of trauma and guilt and nightmares and remorse. So, what else will be? Completion, 10 of Pentacles, unexpected friendship and fall, success, inheritance, family, home, happy ending. Physical success, unexpected economic success, world completion, but no. So I do find completion in this, and the understanding of this, and how this connects, and what is bringing up for you. Figuring out what this was, maybe it was who you were working with or who you were fighting for, and facing and processing why that brought you these feelings eventually brought you or gained power back, gained an understanding, some wisdom back about yourself, soul parts back that brought some power back, that helped bring in some more completion, some more understanding in the roots, some more understanding of self, that almost like called back or cut cords or called back some power, some energy of yours that was meant to be yours, probably, that may have been taken, whether you knew it or not, or did so willingly, through processing this and learning from this. You got that back, you got that happy ending, and you got that completion and that economic success, that will or inheritance, through being willing to stay open to recognizing where there may be times where you don't feel right, you feel anxious, or you feel negativity, and taking those times to really go within and hone in onto what you're doing currently that could cause you to be feeling this way, and then going into the past of where you may, whatever you are doing currently, where you have been doing what you're doing currently in the past, and where that may correlate and be bringing up that negativity, to process it fully, to bring it to this like wisdom and understanding of why it's bringing anxiety, why there was that trauma and pain that your soul or your being is asking for you to look at, because there was something wrong, there was something done that didn't feel right, that you want to heal, and will bring like a soul retrieval power back for this completion. Okay.